Answers to our warm-up. 10 to the negative 2, remember, is the same as 1 over 10 squared. That negative means it goes downstairs, so that equals 1 over 100. Okay? It's been a while since we've done negative decimals, right? Now look at this. 4 times 10 to the 8th divided by 4 times 10 to the 8th. Anytime you have something divided by itself, these are the same. You get 1. Okay? Or you could have done 4 divided by 4 is 1, and 10 to the 8th minus 8 would be 10 to the 0, which also means 1. So it would have been 1 times 1, which is 1. Okay, how I did this was I noticed that 12 times 12 is 144. 1.2 times 1.2 is also 1.44. So if I multiply the bottom times 1.2, I get the top. Okay, so if I took the top and divide by 1.2, I get the bottom. So if I take the top here, divide by 1.2, I get the bottom. So G actually equals 1. Okay, 1 times 1.2 is 1.2. 1.2 times 1.2 is 1.44. Okay, converting here, we have 2.5 meters. Okay, and then 2/3 of 1200. Well, 1/3 of 1200 is 400. 2 of those is 8. So, as you can imagine, we have 800. Now they say 1200 reduced by 1/3. So you take, that's really what's left, right? Or, sorry, that's if you take 400 off of 1200. I was thinking something else. We get $800. Okay, so fun there. And now we are going to move on to the lesson. I feel like a not adequate teacher of this stuff. It's very sciencey kind of. So I'm just confessing that right now for you. Okay, units of volume, capacity, and mass are closely related in the metric system. The relationship between these units are based on the physical characteristics of water. So water is a very special element, and it's used, it's not an element, is it? It's a compound, but it is a very important substance that is used when it comes to the metric system. Okay, so what it says here is 1 milliliter of water has a volume of 1 cubic centimeter and mass of 1 gram. So if we had a little cube, here's my cube, and it's a 1 centimeter by 1 centimeter by 1 centimeter. What we're saying here is if we filled this little cube with water, okay, 1 milliliter of water would fit in there. 1 milliliter of water, okay, and it would weigh 1 gram. So we could say, put in here, 1 milliliter of water and 1 gram of water is in 1 cubic centimeter. Okay. In addition to that, 1 liter of water, so think about milliliter and liter, there's 1,000 times difference, right, between the two, has a volume of 1,000 cubic centimeters and a mass of 1 kilogram. So if you had 1,000 of these little cubes, we would have 1 liter of water, 1,000 cubic centimeters, and 1 kilogram. So it's all these are multiplied by 1,000. Okay, so here's the statement. 1,000 cubic centimeters can contain 1 liter of water, which has a mass of 1 kilogram, and they have a picture of that on the top of 807, page 807. Okay, so let's talk about how we can apply this. Okay, Ray has a fish aquarium that is 50 centimeters long, 20 centimeters wide. Okay, so I'm going to say 50 centimeters, 20 centimeters, and they'll tell us how tall it is. Okay, so there's the base of it, right? And it is, so it doesn't tell us how tall it is and tell us how high it's filled up. Okay, so there's this aquarium, right? You don't need to draw it, it's in your book. There's my aquarium, it's terrible. Okay, and it's filled up, so the water level here is filled to 30 centimeters high. Okay, There we go. There's my picture. Their picture is much better, and you can look at that. All right. How many liters of water would be in the aquarium? Okay. Well, each cubic centimeter of water is 1 milliliter. Okay, so we probably need to figure out how many cubic centimeters of water we have. So remember, we do length times width times height. So the volume, let's go ahead and say volume of this equals 30 times 50 times 20. Okay, and what that equals is 30 times 50 is 1,500, and then we're going to add another 0 and double it, so it's 30,000, okay? So we've got 30,000 cubic centimeters, okay? So how many liters of water would be in 30,000 cubic centimeters? Now, each cubic centimeter of water is 1 milliliter, okay? 30,000 milliliters is 30 liters. So we could say that we had 30,000 milliliters equals 30,000 liters. Okay? Get help with this from a parent if I'm making no sense at all. Okay, but it should make sense. You know, this is how many milliliters, and then we just convert that. Whoa, no wonder that's not making sense. I just wrote the same thing over again. Sorry, 30,000 milliliters is 30 liters. We just convert it, okay? Apology on that. Don't call me until you watch the whole video, I hope. What would the mass of the water be in the aquarium? Okay, so let's go back. If you have 1 liter of water is 1 kiloliter, or kilogram. So 1 liter of water, let's write this, equals 1 kilogram. So if we have 30 liters of water, how many kilograms is that, really, is what we're asking. Okay, well, we multiply it by 30. Okay, so we have 30 kilograms. Okay, next page, last page. Isn't that nice? Okay, Malika, interesting name, different, wanted to find the volume of a vase. Okay, so she filled, the book has a picture of a vase. I don't know if we really need to draw a vase, but okay, she filled a 1 liter beaker with water and then used all but 240 milliliters to fill the vase. So she had a beaker that was 1 liter, and what she has left is 240 milliliters. Okay, how much did she use? Well, altogether it's 1,000. So what she actually poured in here was 1,000 minus 240. Okay, well, 1,000 minus 240 is 760 milliliters is how much they poured in, right? Okay, so what is the volume of the vase? Okay, well, the volume of the the volume of the vase is milliliters converts to that's cubic centimeters. Okay, so the volume of the vase, goodness gracious, the volume equals, we would have said 1,000 milliliters minus 240 milliliters. So inside the vase is 760, but since we're dealing with volume, 760 centimeters cubed, okay? Because 1 milliliter is 1 centimeter cubed, okay? If the mass of the vase is 640 grams, what is the mass of the vase filled with water? Okay, so we added mass to it, right? So the mass of the water that was poured in there is 760 grams plus the amount that the vase was, and altogether we get 1,400 grams. Okay, so really understand these conversions a little bit. Okay, what is the mass of 2 liters of, oh, sorry, go ahead and try this practice first and then come back and check. Okay, all right, what is the mass of 2 liters of water? So I might say 1 liter equals 1 kilogram, right? So 2 liters equals 2 kilograms of water. Okay, what is the volume of 3 liters of water? Well, 3 liters of water is, 3 liters of water is 3,000 centimeters cubed of water. Okay, and when the bottle was filled with water, the mass increased by 1 kilogram. How many milliliters of water were added? So it increased by 1 kilogram. So they added 1 kilogram of water. So how many milliliters? 1 kilogram of water equals 1 liter of water, right? We just talked about that. So 1 liter of water was added. And, or we would say, oh, it says milliliters though. 1 liter, so 1,000 milliliters is your final answer. Okay, not that one. Be careful what they're asking. Okay, a tank that is 24 centimeters long. You don't need to really necessarily draw it. Okay, we know the volume, it's 24 by 10 by 8. And how much water can that hold? So let's first find the volume. Volume equals 24 times 10 times 8 centimeters cubed, which what that gets us is 2,000 centimeters cubed. Okay, so 2,000 centimeters cubed of water is 2,000 milliliters, which equals 2 liters. And that's your final answer there. Okay, I know it's a little different. Mrs. Everett would probably be really good at explaining all this. I'm not the best, but as long as you know your conversions, you should be okay. And if it was confusing, it's okay. Don't worry about it. You're still